now I want to go ahead and answer this guy's question. This is our question of the day. And it's actually a comment that I got on YouTube. And so this guy had a question. He said, me and my girlfriend broke up. And 2 months later, she was already sleeping with someone. I'm not sure, but I believe this started before our breakup. She's trying to get back with me now. So my question is, after only 2 months, should I consider this betrayal or an act of unloyalty? And by the way, I know as guys, we're very big on the whole loyalty thing. Like we feel as though if we're dating a woman and she's with us, then she shouldn't be seeing other people. And that is very, very true. Okay. But with that said, this guy, I answered this guy's question at the time on the YouTube, and I'll answer it here as well. So basically, to start off with, if there's a breakup, it doesn't matter how long the breakup lasts. If she decides to come back at some point or whatever. Okay. At the point where you guys break up, regardless of who started the breakup or whatever, both of you all are now free agents, which means that anything that happens during the time you guys are broken up does not matter outside of if she gets pregnant or if she gets an STD. Anything beyond that, she's doing actions in the course of that breakup that are perfectly fine. Just like if you were, as a guy, to break up with her and then the next day you had a date and had a one-night stand or a hookup, and then you got back together with this woman later. That one-night stand, A, it's none of her business. Again, unless you have an STD or got her pregnant. And also, it was perfectly fine because you were not cheating, just like she was not cheating. You guys were broken up. You guys were having no contact. There was a possibility out there that you guys would never date each other again. So for you to think that she should stay loyal to you when the possibility is put out there that you guys were going to never get back together is stupid. Like, it's just not a thing. But I know a lot of guys getting their feelings because we as guys, let's face it, our egos are such that we believe if we broke up with somebody, they're going to never find anybody else as good as us, and they should just remain single until such a time as they come back to us, realize that they were wrong, and want to get back with us. That is not how this works. Realistically, she could have been a woman that's detached to outcomes. And I always teach you guys, when you're dating, it's important to be not so attached to the outcome, meaning that if a woman breaks up with you, your response should be, well, okay, well, best of luck to you. If you want to come back later, then let me know, but I'm going to, best of luck to you, and I'm going to do my thing over here. Like, you can feel some kind of way about it all you want to, but your reaction should always be indifferent, because reality is we all have the right to date who we want to date. So if she doesn't want to be with you, that's totally fine. If you don't be with her, that's totally fine. But the point is, because that possibility is put out there, you can't falter. Now, he says that he believes this started before the breakup. The reality is women get hit on all the time. So for all you know, it's true. She could have been talking to some other guy while you guys were dating, and that could have been the reason she broke up with you. But what more likely happened is that while you guys were dating, when she goes out in public, she's getting hit on. She has random dudes sliding into her DM on Instagram, on Facebook, on Insta, whatever. Women are getting hit on all the time, to where if you guys broke up, it is not hard for her to go out the next day and find a guy to go on a date with. It's not hard for her to go out to a nightclub and a guy want to walk up to her. It's not hard for her to go to the bank and have somebody walk up to her and want to hit on her. Okay. So women are typically, if they're attractive and they're relatively, good looking or whatever, then they're going to have an abundance of men trying to hit on them at any given time. Okay. All she has to do is accept one of those offers and boom, she's hooking up, she's in another relationship, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So whether or not she got with this guy before or after is moot. The point is that that's, again, allowed to happen because you guys are broken up and you can't falter for that. Now, her coming back to you, what's that about? My honest answer is who knows, who cares? But to be more precise, we could say that she hooked up with another guy, maybe dated him for a while, and in the process of that, maybe she realized, hey, this guy's not for me, and actually this guy is making me realize how much great stuff I had with the guy I just broke up with. Let me see if I can still salvage that. Because if you were, this is the thing that you guys need to know too, okay, is that you can't force somebody to try to stay with you. But if you legitimately let a girl go and you don't contact her, and you don't push her to try to be with you, sometimes what will happen is when you're dating a woman, you're putting so much effort and energy into her that she starts to feel smothered. She starts to feel like you're trying to force feelings for her, force her to have feelings that are stronger than she's willing to have at that time. And she feels like it's too much too soon. And then she breaks it off in part because she needs a break. And she realizes that if she comes to you and says, hey, I need my space, that's going to hurt your feelings. So she'd rather just break it off altogether than hurt your feelings asking for space, than possibly have that be a fight. Okay. But with that said, when you do give a woman that time and you give her the distance that she needs, that can give her time to assess the fact that she actually does want to be with you. and wants to come back now because now it's of her own accord. Now she's not feeling forced to make the decision to be with you. And now she's realizing that she has that time, that the choice she ultimately wants to make is to be with you. Okay. So at the point that she comes back to you, she's saying, hey, I thought about things and I really like you. Can I give this another shot? This is not the time to be like, well, who were you with when we were broken up? Did you hook up with anybody else? Like, oh my God, I'm so hurt. If you're probing for that, because a lot of guys will ask those questions, did you hook up with anybody while you're broken up? I don't do that because I'm like, hey, I know my ego. I don't want to know. Again, if she ain't got an STD and if she ain't pregnant and she came back to me, all I'm worried about now is, can we revive this thing? That's it. That's all I'm worrying about. I'm not worrying about any of this stuff because it's not important. Because ultimately, she could do whatever she wanted to do during that breakup, just like I could do whatever. And I know if that's the situation that I was in and we broke up, I know I would definitely be doing some stuff during that breakup. But I wouldn't want her questioning me. Well, what did you do during the breakup? Did you hook up with anybody else? Oh my God, you totally did. How could you? I'd be like, but we were broken up and I didn't think you were coming back. Like, why? I'm not going to wait around hoping till the end of time that you come back. So to think that she would do the same thing, again, is asinine at best. Like, don't play that card, okay? Recognize she's wanting to come back. At this point, you can decide if you want to take her back or not. If you think that there's things that you guys need to work on, you can talk about those things before you make that decision. And hey, I got a great book on my website called 10 Ways to Get Your Ex Back, regardless of who did the breaking up. And it talks about those things. It talks about the process of what you need to talk about and what you need to be doing to see that if you do get back with this person, it's going to be a stronger relationship. It talks about things like, hey, how to be more patient, because maybe she was one of those that was like, you're a little too on me, dude. I need my space. And that's totally fine. But yeah, this is not an act of betrayal or unloyalty. You guys broke up and then she hooked up with somebody else. If that's over with now and she's coming back, then it wasn't anything that she broke. Now, if you find out that she was hooking up with this guy while you guys were dating the first time, then that would be an act of unloyalty and you don't need to date her anymore. But if that's not the case, then recognize that your ego is reacting. Your ego is reacting to the fact that, oh my God, how could she find somebody else so soon after we broke up to hook up with? And again, women get offers all the time. That is bound to happen. If you want to get back with her, do not hold it against her and let it go. All right? So hopefully that helps this guy out. Thank you for watching this episode of the Introvert Dating Success Show. If you found the info in this episode to be helpful, please show your support by clicking on the tip jar tab, the link of which can be found at the website and in the description below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this episode and catch new episodes right here on YouTube or wherever podcasts can be found. In the meantime, be sure to check out these other episodes so you too can learn to date as your introverted self while still getting your precious alone time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.